generally believed that the British Crown colony of Ceylon at some prehistoric period may have been part of the mainland of India, as even in this day it is only separated from that country by a shallow gulf of water, not more than 50 miles in width. During our visit in this tropical paradise, we were most impressed by the interesting story of the coconut palm, which grows in picturesque profusion all over the island and exercises a remarkable influence on the life, manners, and customs of the native people. The coconut palm grows most abundantly along the sandy shores of tropical streams, where it reaches its graceful arms out over the water and drops its seed upon the tides, which carry it to other lands, where it propagates itself and ultimately bestows its gifts upon the native people. And its gifts are many. The ripe nuts supply a large portion of the food consumed by the natives, and the milky juice formed within them provides a refreshing and wholesome drink. A large number of the native household utensils are carved from coconut shells, which, when broken, are used to provide fuel for cooking. The natives of Ceylon use the dried branches for making fences and baskets and covers for their carts. The natives of Ceylon build their houses from the latch to the door with materials from the inexhaustible coconut palm. Once every year, the roofs are thatched in this manner. Even the beds, chairs, and floor mats are made from the dried branches of the coconut tree. It requires about 5 years for a healthy tree to grow into its fruit-bearing age, and then for about 60 consecutive years, it produces as many as 5 crops, or approximately 80 coconuts a year. The coconut palms are most picturesque when their tall, smooth stems incline gracefully over some native rudely thatched home, a picture which is constantly repeating itself in Ceylon. As we observe these happy and childlike people basking in the shade of the palms, their every necessity gratified by nature without struggle, we wonder what there could be in the present-day dilemma of the white man's hemisphere that could possibly add anything to their happiness and contentment. About 2/3 of the native population are Buddhists. They believe that all living things have souls. They do not recognize the existence of a God or of heaven as a place of everlasting bliss. All that they hope for is to enter nirvana, that is, to ultimately become extinct. Among the animals of Ceylon, the water buffalo is used extensively. An odd fact about this animal is that because of its thick hide, it cannot perspire. Consequently, at frequent intervals during the heat of the day, it is given a refreshing bath. After its bath, the business of the day continues. Such is the life of a water buffalo in Ceylon. Foremost among the animals of Ceylon, however, is the elephant. This little fellow has just been brought in from the jungle. When a baby elephant is captured and taken from its mother, it at first refuses food, but after a few days it will drink milk. Later it is promoted to rice and then to bananas and succulent young grass. At birth, the elephant's skin is covered with a thick coating of black hair, which is eventually scratched off through a series of amusing gymnastics. Maturity comes to the female at the age of 15 years and to the male at 20 years. A baby elephant is usually placed in the care of a native boy, who soon teaches him most of what an elephant needs to know to be of service to his master. In a few more years, both the elephant and the boy will enter the more serious routine of life, which usually consists of building roads and clearing timber from the jungles. Although the elephant is regarded as the strongest animal in the service of man, he will not eat flesh food. His daily fare consists of about 90 pounds of green fodder and grain. It is interesting to observe how this elephant grips his trunk each time he tugs at the load. The secret of the elephant's strength is in his massive skull, which forms a base from which to manipulate his muscular trunk. With all his wisdom, his brain is singularly small, only occupying about 1/8 of his skull. And now our journey is coming to an end. In our final view of Ceylon, we feel that this slow-moving traffic poetically symbolizes its civilization, a civilization which bestows upon the observing visitor a delightful realization that somewhere in the world there is relief from the mad rush and struggle for existence. And it is with this thought that we reluctantly say farewell to tropical Ceylon.